Hi everyone, today we're going to do a video on baby sick knowledge. Jayden's been sick for, this is the third day. This is the second time that he got sick. The first time he got sick he was 2 months. And then right now he is 5.5 months. And we got sick because Alex, my husband, got sick. Both times. He got sick first, then he gave it to me and Jayden. We both got sick together. So we went to the hospital yesterday and they checked Jayden. Everything was okay. He was, he was sick, but he was healthy. Nothing like very alarming to the doctor, like no ear infection. It's not the flu, it's just a regular cold. And we were having trouble getting his nose snot out because he had running nose. Now let me wipe it out a little. Ooh, see, it's a great time to do this. So my husband did not know how to use this. Like the whole time he was squishing sideways and we couldn't get his snot out. So today we're actually gonna show you what's the correct way to use this nose syringe. We went to the hospital and the doctor's like, yeah, I did not even know how to use this because the doctor school didn't teach me. And she was like, yeah, I learned it from another doctor that you're supposed to press down on this part. So instead of sideways, you're supposed to press it like this and then just insert it into his nose. He's not gonna like it. He hates this, but it does make him more comfortable after using this. So he's gonna cry a little bit, but so you can, ooh, you see there's a lot coming out. And then you would just kind of like, see there's like, just squeeze it out a little. And then make sure you squish like this all the way down to the oh, all right. Oh, see there's so many coming out. Like it just came out. But you gotta like, just stick it in and make sure you suck it out. So like, oh goodness. All right, and then you just keep on doing it until it's all like, oh, he doesn't like it. But, yeah, see, I had my husband's help yesterday, so it was so much easier. And the doctor knew how to do this much better than I did. All right. And then, so just make sure you press down from the bottom. And then, come on. He doesn't like it. All right, let me do it. He needs to, and the doctor said not to do it more than, and he hates it. Like there's just snot coming out and he absolutely hates it. Oh, come on. He hates it, but, oh, okay. He really doesn't like this. No baby's gonna like this. Like even if you have an adult doing this, come on. It's very painful, I know. Right, one more time and we're done. Okay. All right. I guess not one more time. He hates it. All right. So you just make sure that, you do this instead of putting the water in. I know there's videos on YouTube teaching you to like put water in this and then squish it out in one nose and the other nose will come out with all the snots and everything. That's actually not safe. So I don't recommend doing that. I just recommend getting the snot out by doing this. Now, you get some out every single time. Obviously, you're not gonna get the whole thing out. Just like you, runny nose is gonna keep running, just like adults. So that's, I just do it when I see a lot of snot and it's bothering him. And the doctor said it's recommended to do 4 to 6 times a day, but no more than that, just because it will bother them. Like just imagine somebody sticking a thing up in your nose for 4 to 6 times a day. It does start to bother him after a while. So this is one of the things that I learned. Push from downwards, and it does suck really a lot of snot out of his nose. Before it would just be running right here, and you can hear him sniffing. And the first night he was actually having trouble falling asleep because of all the snot, and I didn't know how to do this the first night because we didn't see the doctor until the second day. Now he was waking up every 18 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just because his snot would go back down on his throat, and then he would swallow and choke on it. So the whole time, the first night I didn't get a lot of sleep either. I keep on waking up because he would choke and he would cry, and I would, get up and try to lift him up, make him feel better. So now he feels better, and we used this last night before we go to sleep. It did work. He was able to sleep better. Now, he was still waking up every hour or so, but that's because he's sick. So, of course, he was going to wake up because he feels uncomfortable. But because we did use this before we go to sleep, he was able to breathe better and he was able to nurse better. The first night we didn't use this, and he wasn't able to nurse because he was congested and like all the snot was over here, and all we could do was just wipe it. We couldn't get it out. So this is very useful. Like, I didn't get the one that you have to suck out just because I can't. But I do recommend using this. This is the one the hospital gave us. So far I think it's pretty useful. I like it. He doesn't, obviously, but I like it. And then the second thing that we went and see the doctor about was his constipation. He started solid just last week, and we realized, and it was recommended by my pediatrician because she told us that to start at 5.5 months, and if it's not working out, then we will be able to talk about it at our 6-month appointment. Now, we realized he got constipated because of it, because he used to be able to poop every day, once or twice, but after we started solid, he wasn't able to poop. Now, I didn't know what food to give to him, so I just gave him whatever I had on my hand. I gave him banana, I gave him sweet potato, I gave him apples, what else? I gave him some tofu, some veggies, but I gave him banana because it was the easiest food to go with. Now, when I got to the hospital, my doctor told me, oh yeah, banana would constipate him. I did not know that. So now I will be giving him less banana, a little bit less than I gave him before. I will give him more vegetables that has, a lot of fibers in it to help him go. Now, he was constipated for 4-5 days, I think. Yeah, because like every day he would try, and like some days he wouldn't be able to get anything out. Some days he'd get like a little bit tiny paste come out. Before, it was all liquid. But now, just yesterday, he was still constipated, and he tried really hard. You can see that red push face in him, and he was trying and trying and trying, and you would see that a little bit of the paste would come out, like really thick poop, but not liquid like before, because before it was exclusive breast milk. So that, it was very liquidish, like all his poop was just liquid. But now it would be more of a paste because he has solid in him. So the doctor said, oh, you know what we could do is we could do a supplementary right here, and he would be able to poop when you go home. And Alex was, he kind of felt icky about putting something in his butt. I think it was something that you have to kind of insert it. We didn't see it, so we don't really know what it is. But he said no, because Alex was like, yeah, I don't want to use any medicine on him. So the doctor recommended this. We got this at Target. It's the Aquaporin juice, and we gave him 1 ounce. It was just like a tiny bit, like maybe like 2 to 3 tablespoons. This is a 4-ounce bottle, so we gave him like 2 to 3 tablespoons. So it was like right here when we used it. So I feel like maybe 1 ounce or less than 1 ounce that we gave him. So we gave him last night, and this morning he pooped. Like I could see him go like, and I heard the farted sound. So he pooped. He pooped a lot, but I felt like it was not, it was something that I would have to keep on giving him, because I felt like it was a lot, but it was not 4 or 5 days worth of poop that just spinning him. So I'm gonna keep on giving this to him. I didn't dilute it yesterday because when I asked the doctor, he said, "Oh, just get the baby one so you don't have to dilute it." But I think that today I'm going to, just because he's sick, so I want to keep him hydrated. And you can give him 1 to 2 ounces of water just to keep them hydrated, but no more than 2 ounces. So what I'm going to do is just I'm going to give him maybe like less than an ounce of prune juice and then maybe like less than an ounce of water, just so I can keep him hydrated and so he can keep going on the pooping part and we can continue the solid feeding. But as far as, he wasn't eating a lot of solid because I was just trying to see if there's any reaction that I need to tell the doctors at the 6-month appointment. So I would just give him like an apple, a piece of apple to chew on, and he would just kind of use it as a teething toy, and then he would gnaw on it, and then some small tiny parts would come out and he would just swallow it. And then I know that same thing with the banana. The banana is softer, so I think he ate like maybe more than a couple spoons. So I haven't really started the solid per se, but it's just because I gave him banana and sweet potato to chew on, and he actually ate some. He actually ate a couple spoonful of it. So that, I did not know that those would constipate him. So here's some tips. Don't feed him too much, or don't feed your baby too much bananas or sweet potatoes or rice. Those constipate your baby. Feed them more on the veggie, the fruit. Fruits start with P, like pears, prunes, what else? Peaches. Those are really good. So I'm gonna start feeding those instead of bananas and yams. And oh, see, poor baby, he's sick. So is mama. So okay. So that concludes today's video. These are the tips that I have to share for today because, you know, we got sick, and these are the tips that we got from our doctors, and it worked really well for Jayden. And I just want to share it to other mamas who's not able to make to the doctors for any reasons, because, you know, I was confused for like a couple days. And then when Jayden got sick the first night, it was really late at night and he just started being sick, so we didn't see the doctor right away. But that first night, oh, it was so hard because, you know, he wasn't able to go to sleep. But if you have this at home, use it. It's very useful, and it's the least harming tool to your baby, to me, other than the one that have to poke all the way back in the nose and, you know, push the water in. I can't do that. So this, just sucking the snot out, is good enough for me. And then I recommend the prune juice. Oh, actually, it's called Aquaporin juice. It's a combination of both. Okay, so this is it. This is all the tips I have for today. I hope we can get well soon, and we would be able to be happy again, because he's kind of grumpy right now. He's grumpy a lot because we're both sick and he's uncomfortable. He can't nap for long. He can't sleep for long. So I hope by the next video we are all well, but we'll see. We will see you in the next video. Say bye-bye. 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 Say bye-bye. 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 Ooh.